Speakers including Ambassador Christopher Kolade of the Lagos Business School.
So executive succession is critical to success, to sustainable success. And it's far better that you plan it than that you let it walk in on you unannounced.
Lolu Akinwumi of Prima Garnet Ogilvy and Kehinde Kamson of Sweet Sensation have shared their wealth of experience with members. The platform of the meetings has been used to create an opportunity for successful female entrepreneurs to share their experiences and steps to success in relation to the topic of the day, and encourage members who have attended the training to share how the training has impacted on their businesses.
With the EYB, that was the last training I did, Expand Your Business. I was able to do my objectives well. We were taught about measures to achieve objectives. There was one objective, product uncompromising quality. So we were taught one measure in respect of that quality, and that was product defect rate. In my business, I need to be 100% quality conscious. So we've been able to achieve that with that training. Now we have about 1% product defect rate. So what we do is, if we lose one or two products, we replace it before the customer comes to us. So the customers hardly notice that we have lost any of the products because we replaced them, and that was because of the training I had at EYB. So I was able to measure the performance objective with that measure.
Initially, the SYB was an eye-opener for us here, because after going through that, you were going to begin to train other people. We had to put a lot of things in order in Casting House. Our records had to be in place, all the necessary permits, which we ordinarily we used to take for granted. We had to put our own house in order, and that really helped us tremendously. Expand your business, that was more like the height of it, and it was appropriate for us then. It was timely also, because at that point, at the point when I attended the program, we were already thinking of the good pattern. We were looking out for a good pattern for the organization. So it just came on time, and the strategies learned were now put in place, and it's helped the growth of the organization so far.
So I knew I was very good with my hands, so I went into the act of making things, hats, necklaces, and all. So I actually have passion for what I do. That's really
but you won't be able to have my class. I have to quickly get my own personal. I have to allocate myself with salary, which I didn't think my company could pay me. In fact, I never thought I could realize that much as salary for myself with my business, and still pay my staff and make other expenses without making.
Thank you so much.
Advocacy efforts have been unrelenting. NNEW has built relationships with Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDAN, Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, Lagos State Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and the ILO. NNEW also made input into the national policy on small, medium, and micro enterprises, MSME. The unparalleled support received from the NHO and ILO deserves special mention. New members have participated in several ILO-sponsored events, including a 2-day exhibition to showcase products made by women entrepreneurs in Nigeria. Members have participated in 5 exhibitions in Lagos and Abuja so far, while the NHO has provided funding for most of the training and capacity building programs.
For anyone to really understand clearly the role of NECA in NNEW, we need to look at the 4 phases of evolution of NEW. We've had the conceptualization stage, where somebody had to think of the idea of creating a group that will cater for the business need of women. I think NECA as an organization played a crucial role in this, in relating and collaborating with other organizations in coming up with the idea of setting up a women chapter of NECA. And of course, in order to move the concept forward, we had to do the strategizing, which was the next phase to the evolution of NEW. And NECA also played an important role in this, in leveraging its experience in availing various stakeholders of this experience in articulating the strategic policy framework for NEW. And of course, we got to a stage where resources had to be mobilized to execute some of the activities we have identified under our strategic policy framework. And NECA, given its international network, was on the road to mobilize the startup resources which NEW required to set up its administrative structure and to execute some of its capacity building program. And of course, we had to keep our eyes on the KPI, the key performance indicators, for us to really be sure that NEW was on the track of success. NECA as an organization also played an important role in this, because by reasons of my role, I exercise oversight responsibility of the NEW coordinator to make sure that those activities we had agreed on were going on as planned.
NEW looks forward to an enabling environment for the success of female entrepreneurs. This was emphasized in a sensitization workshop titled Towards the Promotion of an Enabling Environment for Women Entrepreneurship Development, sponsored by the ILO under the auspices of NECA in September 2009. As part of NEW's goal to become a national body, its Abuja chapter was launched on October 15, 2009. The event was graced by a number of dignitaries, including the Norwegian Deputy Head of Mission in Nigeria. The launch was a huge success, with a total of 108 potential members in attendance.
Well, for the initial takeoff, I had to do a lot of groundwork, which entails visiting the women in their respective offices, because years ago, in 2005, we had a series of workshops, and in all those workshops, we had just about 2% of women in attendance. And we felt, since the workshops were to promote entrepreneurs and women inclusive, and they were in there, we felt we should try and get them. So I wrote to NASI and NASMI and asked for a list of the women they have within the network that I would love to invite them for a program. And I was given the names, and I had to visit them one after the other. And the first one, we had just about 20 women. That has grown to what we have today.
NEW has also been active on the international scene. In June 2008, the President and Program Officer were in Norway for the Network Conference for Entrepreneurial Women. One of the highlights of the event was the presentation of the Female Futures Program, which was initiated to recruit female board members and top executives. Later on in October, NEW Vice President and Program Officer were in Cairo to attend a Pan-African Forum on Women Entrepreneurial Development. Having expended so much time in capacity building, NEW is poised for the next phase in its evolution, which is to create the structure to assist its members in accessing finance. A committee has been set up to look into the modalities. The following factors have contributed to the success of NEW: the right mix in selection of the working group, strong administrative support from NECA, and structured meetings in which members share their experience and focus on issues central to small businesses.
I think that women need a chance. I think that we do well when we gather ourselves together, speak in our way. We speak from the hearts, and then find sometimes that We're a bit chaotic, but we don't think so. We deal